Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, depending on what time zone you're on.
Jake, you want to start us? Coach Jake Shua, EMPR. Just curious from your perspective, Colorado, one of the worst teams in rushing the ball the last 2 years. What was that like for you to watch?
What was that like? Well, it was great watching Shua throw the ball. You know, you got to understand when you're bad at running the ball, when it appears to be that you're bad at running the ball, is because you're really really good or borderline great at throwing the football, and that's what Shua brought to this team. And I don't want to say that the team was as bad as they were, but I mean, like if when MJ like dunking, you dunk. Steph Curry like shoot threes, you shoot threes. That's what you do. And then they say you're bad at something else because you're really good at at what you actually do. So
Was as bad running the football as the numbers say. Just kind of what has stood out to you so far with working with the running back group and the talent you've got with those guys?
I have some guys that's talented. They're good, and one of the things that I believe at this age that resonates with a lot of young kids is they don't know what they don't know, and it's my job to teach them what they don't know. They know what they know, and they're good at that. But the things that they don't know, for me to look at them and say, oh, they're not. Well, it's my job to coach them and get them better in the areas and at the things that they don't know. I am here to deliver that information to them, and then hopefully that helps them to get better.
Hi, Coach. Adam Tigers 24/7 Sports. Nice to meet you. Outside of playing the Broncos during your professional career, did you have any history in Colorado? What would have been your early impressions since you got here?
I've been here several times. Obviously, you guys know the guys who own the Rams, they own the Nuggets, they own the Avalanche. So I've spent some time with the Kroenke family here. They're good friends of mine, wonderful owners, and I've and friends of mine as well. And then literally, I was talking to Coach about coming to camp this year. Last year, I was talking about coming to camp this year when they start camp because I had to miss last year. I had some stuff going on with my family. My running back coach is Sean Payton was my running back coach, and now he's the head coach at the Broncos. So it's just serendipitous that I'm here now, and it'll be an even easier commute to go there and watch them practice, spend some time with Sean, and get better at the craft, like learn some stuff.
Coach Tony Solo, Buffalo's Wire. Where did you kind of react over there when Coach mentioned needing to improve running the ball on the offensive line? Is that kind of music to your guys' ears when you hear that the offensive line wants to do that?
Man, I just think if you're not trying to improve, then you're getting worse. Even if I came in here and we were coming off being top 10, top 5, I'm still looking at where can we improve. That's the idea, and that's the mindset that we have to have, and that's what we want to instill in the football players that we bring in here and that we coach. I don't care how good you are. It's how much better can we make you? Where can you get better? And if that's all you do is focus on the things that you do well, then you're not improving. I got to take your weakness and turn it into a strength, and that's the idea of what we want to do. And I believe I'm here, and that's what I'm gonna try to do. As you guys look at, and I can't change what you thought about the run game last year, but we're going to be better. I can guarantee you, we are going to be better.
Coach Scott Rucker, curious kind of your philosophy on how carries, touches should be allocated amongst the running back. Do you think it should be kind of a community push because there are a few different talented guys for who are like come up, kind of back to work for
Here's the guys that I trust will play. I'm not going to ask them to play in today's game. Asking the player that's tired to play that's unheard of. Back when we played, if I was tired, man, give me more carries because I'm really good now. Now I'm settled. We don't play that type of game anymore. We're trying to protect players. You got to have backs ready to play, and they got to have carries. So, in a sense of it's fairly easy to me. The guys that I trust based on how they practice and what they do and how they test will play. That's it. And I'm gonna ask them to do certain things, and I want to know what they like doing. And so I'm gonna try to put them in positions to win. But in practice, I'm gonna ask them to do some of the things that they dislike because I need them to get better at that so they can grow if they want to go to the next level.
Coach, I'm Jack Harlow from Buffalo Wire. Nice to meet you. Just curious, in your running backs room, I believe everyone is returning from last season. Does that make your job any easier knowing those guys kind of know what Brian expects?
No, it's just because they know what he expects doesn't mean that they showed up at the first practice and gave it to him. It's like, just like everybody else's room after the first practice, we were like, coach was like, that was crap, And I'm like, well, y'all know, you guys, you've been here, but all in all, man, they are still kids, and we have to remember when we were their ages, how many times did our parents have to tell us to do stuff before we got it? They're no different. Although they're athletes and obviously they get to play on the big stage under the lights, we have to somewhat coddle them in a sense to where they understand the importance and the attention to detail is necessary and getting it right, not some of the times, but all of the times, if you want to be successful.
He won live in the 90s and 2000s. You're an all-time great, but that's not necessarily who you're coaching right now. How do you bridge the war stories or like share like your own success?
Yeah, football is football. The things that it takes to be great in today's game is what it took to be great in the 40s, 50s. That'll never change. When you watch the game of football, at any point in time, the team who wins the line of scrimmage wins the game. That's it. That's it. That's always going to be the case. If you can dominate the line of scrimmage, you're going to win the game. I don't care how fancy your receivers are, how fast they are, how good your running backs are, how good your quarterback is, how good your secondary, your line. If you don't win the line of scrimmage, you are not going to win the game. So I'm coaching football how I know it, and I'm relating it to the game that we play today. And the reality is, they don't have to. I mean, I played them their whole games in college. I'm like, you don't have to do that anymore. That's not. Nobody's asking you to be that kind of talent. We're asking a lot less of them, but the world, which is the social world, is asking a lot more, and sensationalizing their every move make them feel like they need to be great. And waking up every day just trying to get better is how you be great. Not trying to be great, just try to be better, and eventually you're gonna hit your head on great.
I was just curious how far back your relationship goes with Brian and what the conversations were like leading up to you taking the show.
Man, so I remember the first real conversation he and I had was like in 1999. I was telling him that the dance that he did as a celebration dance, it was a dance that came from New Orleans that he saw when he was in New Orleans. He saw it. I know it because I know that we know the guys who invented a lot of the dances. Just like Justin Jefferson and the Gritty, that came from what we know. Like we are if there's a song, we have a dance for it kind of culture. That's us. And so the dance that he did, I told him where he got it from. So we're in game. He's playing for the Redskins at the time. I'm with the Rams. And then I flank out, and this is just funny. I line up, and I walked out there, and he lined up on me, and I said, "Oh man, I've been waiting for this my whole life." And he said, "Where you at? You on the outside edge of the numbers? You here?" He said, That's all you can run is a slant. And I actually had a slant route. I'm like, God damn. And our relationship started then. We worked in television together at NFL Network, and we spent so much time on the road. We literally we went through the Hall of Fame process. The same year. We actually had we had our party together. We've done a lot of stuff together, and I heard you guys ask Pecco, like coaching wise, what did he think about it, whatever. I've been saying no to coaching since I left football, and for the past like 3, maybe 4 years, coach has been grooming me. He'll call me and ask me certain stuff. He'll ask me about a player, and we'll talk about this and that. Hey, come up and watch us practice. So he's been grooming me, and I always felt like um, for for what I invested in the game, it took away from me with my kids, and so for the past time I've been away from the game, not coaching, not doing anything other than that was television was the only thing that I would do because I could get my Friday night stuff when they play, and then my during the week stuff when my girls would play, I could be at their stuff, and television allowed me to do that. Um, and now it's like I, I'm I'm wondering when they can come see me. They're older, so it's been yeah. I was groomed. Coach worked on it. He worked on it.
Hey, Coach Smith, one thing that I noticed when Coach Bryant refers to you is he talks about how much he reveres your offensive line. And I'm curious, how have you seen the game evolve over the last decade, 2 decades to where it is now? And how much are you looking forward to kind of lending your expertise to help improve not just the running game, but the entire offense?
Yeah, so it's a much faster paced game. Um, and what we do on offense is we play fast because we want to make we don't care if we make mistakes. We want you to make mistakes on defense. It's a game that even more than when we play, the team who has the most fundamentals. If you tackle better, if you block, if you do those things, you're going to win. And even more so now than when we play because they play fast, they play so many plays, and you don't have as much time to get the players ready. So the fundamental things that you don't have time to do, you can't bang all day. You can't get your offensive line as ready as they used to. You can't tackle to the ground as much as you. There's not as much alive, so you can't do that. So now the importance of those two things, blocking and tackling, are so important in today's game. And then for my guys, just making sure that they understand the fundamentals of the game. You know, knowing your assignment, knowing your alignment, knowing who to get and how to get them. That's what we got to do. There's two things that you got to be able to do when you play running back: protect the ball and protect the quarterback. If you can't do them, then you can't play. That's like you are a hazard to the team.
Coach, I want to ask you, Coach Brown is a big teaching these guys financial literacy. You've been in that industry.
Yeah.
Is that one of the reasons that you like you? Is that something you'll be doing with this team as well?
It is part of the dynamic that I bring. I've spent the past 7 years working in the financial sector, and what we want to do, and this is what I love about the man and the person. Um, Obviously, you guys, you see the glasses and the chain, and he has his isms that he says, and you know, and all the stuff that he does, and he appears to be this figure that's larger than life, but in reality, when these kids leave here, the most important thing that he cares about is who they become as a young man. That is the most important thing. And making sure, because he knows, and in sports, not just football, in sports, um, when a lot of athletes leave their sport, financially, they're not in good standing. And he wants to educate you on the field. He wants to educate you in life. He wants to make sure you're educated in finances. Making sure that these young men take the values of football and go be great in football, but make sure you're great in life as well. And that's the idea. He said something yesterday that hit me. Um, and I lost my father at a young age, so I grew up kind of fatherless as well. And a lot of these young men that come here, they come here fatherless. And then one of the worst things in the world is to be fatherless and then become a father, without being taught how to be a father, and making sure that they understand the aspects of life, and how when you're taught something, the best way is to then teach it to make sure that is ingrained in you. And he's one of those guys that care. Like he talked more about the GPA of the team than he does the 9 wins that they had last year, and that's indicative to the person that he is. That don't show up when you see him sitting here, giving those superlative answers that he gives.